Animal welfare organization Four Paws is calling for the protection of big cats, including the effective phasing out of all tiger farms. The organization has made this call before members of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, known as CITES for short, at its 19th conference of the parties that's underway in Panama. Four Paws says South Africa and Europe are contravening resolutions and court orders by continuing to breed, commercially trade and export captive bred tigers. For more on this, I'm joined now by Sarah Locke, the organization's head of campaign. Sarah, good afternoon. Welcome to today. So this COP19 of CITES, where is it taking part?
Yes, so thanks. We're in Panama at the moment.
Oh, you are in Panama. Okay, so it's underway, and you as the animal welfare organization Four Paws, you are driving this message to save and protect big cats in the world.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's quite right. So what we're really doing at the moment is our focus is obviously in South Africa, and really we believe that South Africa is contravening a number of CITES agreements. So these are international decisions that South Africa, as a party to the convention, has agreed that it will implement. And really what our main concern is that it's actually commercially breeding and trading a number of big cat species that are non-native to South Africa. So that's tigers. So that's really why we're here for over these 2 weeks, is to talk about commercial big cat trade from South Africa with a real focus on tigers, because that's really where our main concern is.
Okay, very briefly, what are the 4 key recommendations you are tabling?
Yeah, sure. So our broad recommendations are, number one, that parties take a stronger stance in the fight against international wildlife trade, basically. So that's really to promote their actions and their strength to fight global wildlife trade. And then it's obviously to reduce zoonotic diseases. Those are things that we see are becoming much more of an issue at the moment. Transparency and reporting, and also enforcement, to really strengthen enforcement. So for the breeding of tigers in South Africa, that's really focusing on the phase out of the facilities that breed tigers, and that's alongside lines in South Africa. And also to reduce the commercial trade of products themselves and live animals. So that's really our focus.
Yeah, we're going to have to touch base with you to find out what would be achieved. Are you confident that your calls, your recommendations will fall on ears that are willing to hear, and that CITES will come up with the appropriate resolutions to assist your campaigns?
Well, we're really hoping so. We've got a side event planned for the beginning of next week, so that's on Monday the 21st. We're bringing in our international experts on big cat trade. We're also speaking with a number of other experts from other organisations. And so we'll be bringing all of these experts together in one room. We are inviting as many people especially from the South African delegation, trying to get them to join. And yeah, we really hope that we'll see some action for big cats in South Africa.
Yeah, now the whole issue of the big cat in captivity, you've sort of focusing on the tiger. As we conclude here, why the tiger, Sarah? I mean, big cats, there's many different species.
Well, you're quite right, and we work on all big cat species, so that's the 5 species in the Panthera genus. And really the important thing to note here is that, we're really pushing tigers here because they are, very, very endangered. They're non-native to South Africa, so that's really, key things. Those are key reasons why South Africa should not be intensively breeding and commercially trading the species. But second to that is that actually the trade of all big cat species is interconnected. Once you remove the skins, actually the species are used interchangeably for the very same reasons, and those commercial reasons might be things like as luxury goods items, as traditional medicine. So really, all of the trade is quite interconnected. So by calling upon trade to strengthen legislation for one species, it will actually benefit all of them. And we are really pushing the protection of all big cat species. So our side event, although there is a focus on the decisions that aren't being implemented for tigers, the side event itself is actually implications for all big cat species. So we really are focusing on the breadth of big cat species. Yeah,
we'll touch base with you after 2 weeks to find out the outcomes of this meeting there. Thank you very much, Sarah. She's Sarah Locke, of course, head of programs of Four Paws in South Africa, connecting with us from Panama City.